What up? It's your boy Maino, the K.O.B. And you know what it is, allhiphop.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man Chuck Creekmur, a.k.a. Jigsaw, here with DJ Thoro.
Yes.
And this is the number 12 All Hip Hop podcast with none other than my man, Maino. Glad to have you.
Been a minute.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, I ain't gonna waste no time. I was thinking the other day, you went viral recently, and I was like, yo.
You're just gonna dive right into it.
Right into it. And I was thinking, yo, how could we go viral right on that viral? And I was like, yo.
Straight up, fuck allhiphop.com. That's the motherfucking show. It's your boy Maino, and them niggas ain't got nothing to do with the fuck I'm talking about. I said, fuck allhiphop.com.
That was good.
But after the situation, after that recent situation, I was like, yo. I could just get right on that wave. Man, listen. I think we might have went.
That was a good drop, though, right there.
That was a great drop. That was a great drop.
That was a good drop.
Yeah, you
I was like,
it's a promo. It's like reverse, energy, but it's like, like for the people that may not know, that might be a little younger. Like, what's all hip hop? What got him riled up? Like,
right? That was great.
That's right. That's good marketing.
Yeah. Then I'm playing was. Perfect too. You know what I'm saying? But man. So how you doing? First,
I've been good, man. I'm blessed, bro.
Yeah,
I'm blessed. Still here.
Yeah, that's what's up. So let's just touch on the elephant in the room. I know you already did Angela Yee, so shout out to her.
Right. What was it? Oh,
that moment.
All right, but here's the thing. There was a skit.
Okay.
It was a skit.
Okay.
It was a skit, right? And for the love of the culture, right? Okay. And I like to always give back to the young ones coming up and doing their thing, and I've been supportive for every young nigga coming up in the city, not just the city, but whatever. Okay. And it was just a skit. And I think that because I act so well, like I'm such a great actor, right? Yeah. It was just like that video right there. It was just like I turn it on and it's on, and it's like, man, this guy's so believable.
Okay, so y'all both was
typical rapper. Yeah.
Both y'all was on the
same page.
Both y'all was on the same page.
Yeah, you heard him. That's the story, and he's sticking to it.
It's the pages. It's the pages.
Yeah. Now, are you concerned with young? Because we got a lot of bloggers that's opportunists, and they they sit here. That's their whole livelihood, trying to figure out how to go viral without thinking about the repercussions of that. It's not planned. How do you feel about that? Like,
I just think that it's a whole community of people that don't consider other people's energy, right? Other people's space. You're not entitled to anybody's space and energy. You can't you can't run up on somebody and then do some disrespectful shit and then say, yo, well, it's just a video. This is how I eat. Bro, like, this is, if everybody is held accountable for their actions, right? So it's like, everybody's not for everything. And I just think that, the culture of people that do videos, I seen all kinds of disrespectful shit. I seen a dude walk up to Young Thug in a mall and call him Future. Like, that's not Future, right? So those things are for the sake of being viral, but at the cost of who, though, right? So who's really the butt of the joke? Right. It's not you, it's the artist, because you're trying to make him to be a fool. And what happens is that, you get laughs and shit like that, but everybody don't think it's funny. And I get it. Anybody know me, I like to have fun. Right. Yeah. I like to joke. I joke all day, but I like to joke with the people that I love. Right. I like to have fun with the people that I know. Anything outside of that, then, it can be determined. It can be looked at or received as disrespect. And like I said, nobody's entitled to somebody else's time and space.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and, I seen on a whole nother level, I seen like a white dude go into the supermarket and say, get me that cabbage, boy.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, and I'm like,
it's just a lot. It's just a culture of that, right? I think because the race is to be viral. So people are starting to try to find what is the most outlandish shit to do, right? How do I go viral? And you're sitting there going, damn, what's the most ridiculous thing that I can do? And then you know, and here come some of these skits where you using people, right? And I just think it's a dangerous situation. My son is 20 years old. I wouldn't want him running up on nobody doing some stupid shit, right? Because that could put himself in jeopardy. It could put his life in jeopardy, his freedom in jeopardy. I'm just saying, like, certain things that should be considered when you're doing some of these things. How about like for instance, Trav Q, right? You know Trav Q?
Yeah, I know him.
Like that guy a lot. He did a skit with me, Jim, Fab. We was at the Chelsea House. Shout out to the Chelsea House. But he came and told us. He said, yo, this is how I want to do this. And gave us the opportunity to say yay or nay.
Right.
Now that's respectable. Yeah. Right? So if you're doing some of these skits, I believe that's respectable. He do the skit where he's like, you know, yo, order me a bottle of a rosé, and I don't want 2 bottles of Henny, and they paying for it, right? And it's funny from outside, it may seem like, oh man, this dude wilding, but he already crossed his T's, right? He already dotted his I's. He already had the conversation with the said party, so nobody's caught off guard. Nobody looking at him like, yo, homie, what the fuck is you doing? So that's respectable. So I'm just saying, I don't have nothing against people doing skits and stuff like that. I ain't no hater. I don't try to make me out to be something that I'm not, right? I don't stand against niggas trying to get theirs or whatever. I don't have nothing to do with that. All I'm saying is that make it to where it's like, you know, there's an understanding. You know, like in my situation, you know, we was joking and it was a skit. So make it a skit where with all the parties understand that.
Yeah. My first thought, you know, was that it was disrespecting your mother. Rest in peace, you know, and condolences.
I don't really want to get into that, right? But I'm gonna just no question. But I'm gonna say this though, right? So, you know, like, with all due respect, I come from a different world. And maybe sometimes people don't understand that. I come from a different life. I come from a different element, and I've been able to maintain and reinvent myself and still continuously get money in this game, right? So I'm cool. My mom's is dead. My mom's is on my chain. I got my mother ashes. I got this piece made where it's some of my mother's ashes in here. And I ain't looking for no sympathy, but I'm going to just leave it there, right? That's where we go, you know, whatever need to be understood, right? I'm going to leave it right there. You understand?
Well, I'll share this with you, and you have my deepest condolences. My mother just passed away 3 weeks ago.
Man.
So, you know, I it's painful, you know.
Definitely.
It's nothing like, you know, losing, you know, a mother. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to send you my condolences.
No,
that,
likewise. But like I said, I'm not a victim, and I don't want to be sitting up here, you know, victimizing myself or looking for some type of sympathy, because everybody's pain ain't yours, right? Everybody's not going to identify with what your pain is. Well, nigga, you getting money, all this and that, this and that. Cool. I'm just telling you what the facts are, right? This I'm wearing jury. Jury means something to me. You know, there's a piece that means something really to me. So, you know, let's just leave it there without getting too, you know what I mean?
Of course. Let's move on. The new music.
Yeah, we got new music,
first
man.
Of all, I got to say this before you start. Jim and you both got
Lobby.
Right, but y'all new music, it got similar tones to it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like it's kind of like for the ladies a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
But he said y'all didn't.
Nah, we ain't playing it that way. We ain't playing it that way. I mean, you know what? I mean, when you've been doing music so long, like, you know, you want to be able to touch into different things, and we both, you know, are maturing in certain ways, and you know how many times we gonna tell the same story. You know what I mean? So, you know, I want to be able to be an artist that does music, but does it from a standpoint that it's real to me, right? I'm not on a block. I'm not making music like I'm on a block, right? I'm not active in the street. I'm not trying to make you believe that I am. You understand? But I can figure out a way and find a medium where I can meet you halfway, right? Where you can get some of my experiences from me in life, and then we can talk about the ladies. They know I like the ladies, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm glad you brought that up because far too often a lot of artists, they have no range.
Right.
You know, they just one dimensional, and we're more than that as a people. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right. That's right. That's right. We way more than that.
Yeah.
We all got different sides of us, right? So it's like, you know, who we are. When we with our homies, we might be a little bit different with our ladies.
Exactly. As you should be.
As you should be, right? And, you know, it's just different sides to us, you know, and then we might turn on a different element when we having business, when we sitting down trying to make things happen. So, yeah, that's the music should reflect that, though. The music should reflect your journey, like where you at today, right? And, you know, what you got going on. I'm not the same artist I was that was coming up on the Smack DVDs, you know, 15 years ago. You understand? It's things changed. Life changed, you know, you know, the experiences have allowed me to, you know, to open up my mind a lot more and see different things. So, you know,
and it comes out through the music.
Yeah.
As it should. That's how. That's true artistry. You know what I mean?
Artistry,
music should be an expression of your story, your life, your environment, not what you see what's popular and go, oh, okay, guess I got to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what we get a bunch of that.
Right.
So talk to us. You know what. You know, you have the first single with Fab.
Yeah. So yeah, oh man, I love that song. It's the best for me. I got these artists that I'm really excited about. Star Babies, Old Wave, Yellow Zoo, and they from Bed-Stuy.
Okay.
I'm betting the kitchen, you know, the house, the bike. You know what I mean? The baby crib, everything on them, right? Everything. We betting on them because I think that, you know, as far as Brooklyn is concerned, Bed-Stuy has always been like a place that produce, you know, bona fide rap legends, right? So I think that they are next up. They super talented, melodic, and they rap. So, you know, it's just a dope song. It's a vibe song. Drummer Boy made it. You know, me and Fab was hanging out one day, and we had just finished coming from where we was coming from. We was coming from Sweet Chick.
Sweet Chicks.
You know,
shout
they got them
Nas.
chickens. Yeah, shout out to Nas. They got them chicken and waffles.
Right.
All right.
With the raspberry.
So me and Fab was at Chicken and Waffles. We was at Sweet Chick, and then I had some time in the studio. Drummer Boy was actually in the room that I used. We call it the lobby because me and Jim did the whole lobby boys there.
Okay.
And he was playing some music for somebody else, my little man Holy. And I said, Drum, come on, man, let me hear something. And he started playing, and he played that joint. And Fab was like, that sounds like something right there. That's one of them joints. So, you know, it's just, the music is fun when it comes organic, and you're doing music with people that you really fuck with.
Right.
So,
In the studio,
yeah, definitely. In the studio,
right.
The whole Lobby Boys was like that, though.
Right. I can hear it, too.
We did the whole album. Every feature that we had.
Wow.
Everybody yo, listen, Benny.
Okay.
Young M.A., Fabio, Young Blue.
Right.
And any feature that was on the Lobby Boy project, which to me is a flawless project, top to bottom, actually came to the studio and worked with us.
The music comes out better.
Yeah,
that
it
way.
does. It does. The energy. Yeah, that energy.
Just emailing something.
Yeah.
You can't trade energies when you
that
emailing
energy
stuff.
different,
It's
right?
different, man.
I know.
Yeah. Right.
I know.
It's funny, Jim just talked about being in Baseline back in the day with Jay and Cam.
Imagine what that was like. Imagine what that was like.
Crazy.
The music, you felt it, but then see, that's why you got those timeless classic records from that era. Yeah, right? So you still put on Welcome to New York City.
We was talking about that.
Yeah.
It was just
I feel like anything in that era is just classic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like, damn, it's just a time.
Right. Speaking of classic, as we sit here today, what record do you think you're most known for? And me, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's High Hater.
High Hater.
And the drum with T-Pain.
Right. High Hater and All the Above.
All the Above.
And the thing about those two records is this. The misconception, and it's been said, a lot of shit been said about me that bothered me very early.
Okay.
Right? They was like, oh, you ain't got no, you had was one hit, all you had was All the High Hater. Mm-hmm. And then All the Above is a bigger song than High Hater.
Right.
High Hater not even my biggest song. Right?
Right.
And then you got $1 Million.
But Swift.
Right. So this is what I'm saying.
I love that record.
5 or 6 times I hit Billboard in a decent way. You know what I'm saying? Even last year with Slide, that was top 40 urban.
That was tough.
Right? With Fabio, right?
I like World Famous too, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. But High Hater, I think was my first song that actually cracked. It was just something about it hit the culture with the shirts. Hit the culture, right?
Yeah, that's a
but
fact.
the shirts was everywhere. It was like a wave. It was a movement. It was second to the Snowman, right?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, it was the Snowman first, and then it was out here. Yeah, it was, and I got bootleg. They bootlegged the fuck out me.
That's good.
Yeah,
it's bad, but it's good.
Yeah. You know but it tapped into the culture. The good thing about that is that when it's happening, it's like. Yeah. The bad thing about it is people marry you to that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's like almost no matter what you do,
yeah.
It's like, oh, you hate it. Like I had to I feel like only now I'm kind of coming out of that. Like people starting to see me in a whole different, better light. And the Lobby Boys did establish a lot for me. Right. You know what I mean? Because I felt like, man, I'm way better than that. Y'all keep talking to me about that. Like I dumbed it all the way down to do that. Yeah. You understand? Because I was trying to get me one. I was trying to, find me some shit that was gonna take me out the hood, and I didn't want to be just a regular mixtape rapper. Right. You understand? But I'm thankful for it. It's so weird because when I come in a club, especially a New York club, right? If I come in a New York City club and that's the first thing the DJ play, I send somebody to DJ, tell them don't play that.
Don't play that, right?
I don't even I almost feel some kind of way at the DJ, because if you from New York and that's the first thing you play for me, now out of town I can understand that, but if you from New York City and you've been out here with me and you like that shouldn't be the first thing you play.
You
for
feel
me.
That dates you when they do that? Like,
nah, it's not as a date. Nah, because it's artists that
it's a party. It's who it's part of your story.
Right. It's a part of my story.
Right.
I don't think it's about the dating, but I just feel like. Don't let that be the only representation. I ain't say don't play it, but don't make it just about that, right? And I don't think it should be first, right? If you're going to give me some shit, I've told niggas don't play nothing at all,
right?
What, really?
Literally, the nigga, if that's what you got in your thing,
right?
And don't play nothing at all.
If that's all you got,
because that means all this time you from New York City, you ain't really fuck with me,
right?
Because it's impossible for you to have your Serato, your computer, and you got all these motherfucking all these letters, right? You got the letter, A to motherfucking Z. The letter M is in there, and that's the only song you got of mine in here,
right?
We ain't talking about somewhere in an obscure part of America,
right?
You know what I mean? We talking about right here in my city. So if that's the only thing you got, nigga, you don't fuck with me and turn it off. Don't play nothing at all. I'm gonna stand over here with these ladies and drink this liquor, and I'm cool. I don't need nothing from you.
Right. Let me ask you, where's from your perspective, looking at streams and just the fan feedback you get, where's your biggest support system? What state? Is it New York? Is it somewhere else? Where is it?
Nah, definitely New York. New York, Chicago, Philadelphia. Yeah, more or less. Yeah. What else? It was a couple of other cities that was surprising, but yeah, definitely New York number one.
What about London? I would think London because of T-Pain, because he's huge over there, and because you.
I was just in London. Shout out to my man Giggs, bro. I was just in London. Around Halloween.
Halloween, okay.
London is so dope.
No, it's dope.
It's
a dope city, man.
For real, love it there.
London.
Talk about your journey though, artistically. Like you've evolved a lot, man. And I'm like listening to the bars, and I mean,
right. Yeah. That was another thing. That was a thing for me, right? So when I came in the game, right, I was telling my homies, like, because it was hard for me to convince my niggas that I rap, right? It was hard for them to see me like that, right? Mm-hmm. It was like, man, you ain't no rapper,
right?
And I was like, I know, but we hustlers, we can hustle it. Yeah. In my mind, I'm just like, let's hustle it, right? And, started getting on the mixtapes, started getting on the DVDs. And then when the feedback starts to come back, he's like, Maino ain't really nice, but I like the way he talk. Like I relate to him, or you know what I mean. I knew that was probably one of my strong points. Getting on the DVDs, talking shit, and saying what I was saying. Right? People related to that. Then when Haida came, and then niggas was like, man, that nigga can't rap. After a while, so now I didn't care at first because I was like, I'm hustling.
Right.
I ain't got to be the best rapper. I don't care about this.
Right.
I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to, do some things over here. I'm trying to get out the street.
Right.
So when when Hot Hater came out and the feedback behind that, when niggas was basically like, oh, this nigga can't rap, this nigga don't rap, and I'm saying, damn. So for me, at first, not caring about actually trying to be a dope rapper, now I'm like, hold up.
Right.
Because I already knew I dumbed it down to do that, so I'm saying I'm better than that.
Right.
So I consciously started to challenge myself to be a better rapper. Now, they always gave me credit for knowing how to make a song, right? Niggas would say, oh, he know how to make a song, though, right? But you know, it was always the thing where it's like mixtape niggas, they couldn't make songs, but they had bars.
Right.
So I was the mixtape nigga that could make a song, but they was like, he ain't really got no bars. Like, he don't say metaphors. And, you know what I mean?
Let me jump in real quick with that. I think New York City is the only place where if you rap or if you do music, you have to know how to rap.
Right.
Because you never hear anybody talk like,
nowhere else.
Let's take Lil Wayne, for instance.
Right.
Lil Wayne came out when he was 14 with the Hot Boys. He couldn't rap, but you never hear anybody say that. He evolved to where he is now, but he wasn't a dope. He couldn't rap when he first came out.
I mean,
New York is the only artist that are subject to that.
Right.
That discipline, the discrimination of whatever.
We set that standard, and niggas will hold that to you. Hold you, right? Because niggas would be up on your comments like, nigga, your shit is trash. So after a while, I'm like, I knew what I did know was I wasn't trash. Right. And I was saying that niggas really wasn't listening to me. Right? Niggas really wasn't listening. They was hearing the singles, but they really wasn't listening. You know what I mean? And I always spoke from my heart. I always spoke, you know, my story always been a story of trying for motivation, of inspiration. It was painful. It was, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, we coming from nothing. We gonna make something, right? But after a while, I was like, nah, I gotta go harder. Right. I gotta show niggas that, cause I see they ain't really listening, but now I gotta show niggas. And I swear to you, on everything I love, right? Like, I feel like this, and some people disagree, because I got diehard fans that be like, nah, nigga, I've been telling niggas, right? But I ain't talking about those. I ain't talking about the diehard ones. So when Lobby Boys came out and they heard it was back-to-back rapping, I was talking crazy. And they was just like, oh, shit, this nigga stepped it up. And I'm saying I ain't really stepped it up. Y'all just wasn't listening, you know? But, yeah. So I feel like 2022 is the year when people really started to really notice that I really get busy.
Right. No, I have to agree with you on that. I mean, I think I turned and looked a little differently at you. Yes, it's all good. And people tell me that all the time. Right. I think everybody did, right? Yeah. So when me and Jim went out and did Press for the Lobby Boys, that was the general consensus. Yeah. Yo, nah, Maino stepped it up. Maino, he different. Like, he talking crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So it was but guess what? I accepted it, right? It's not like I was bitter about it. I was like, good, because every artist that I love had progressed and got better over time. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you listen to the first big album to the second big one, you listen to early Nas, then you listen to early Jade, it got better. So if niggas were saying that I was the most improved rapper, cool, I take that.
Take that, right.
What about you and Jim? Seem to have like a really like a serious brotherhood.
My God.
Yeah,
it's my brother,
how did y'all get so close? I mean,
it was over time, you know. Obviously, you know, we didn't start off that way, you know, not knowing each other, and you know, maybe knowing of each other. We didn't necessarily get along early on, but the good thing about it is nothing ever happened between us to ever, you know, derail a friendship that could have been, right? Mm-hmm. So we got cool, and over the years, you know, it was just always love. Like, yo, you pull up to the studio, I'm coming by. Yo, come over here, I'm pulling up. Yo, what y'all doing tonight? Yo, so and then we always talked about doing a project together, right? And by the time we start doing the Lobby Boys project, being with each other every day, right? Starting to get closer to his family, starting to get closer to my family, because like we did this in real time, no sending no records. Right. Yeah. I'm talking about being with each other every single day for hours. Like, we was at a camp, like down there living with each other, to the point like, yo, man, what you doing tomorrow, man? We gonna do something at the crib.
come to the crib, he come to my crib. Like it's you know, family love me, this family love him. Like we didn't bonded. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the chemistry is like that, and it's deeper than the music,
right.
And it's easier to do music with niggas that you fuck with like that. Yeah.
Y'all working on another one?
Oh, we already did. We already did Lobby Boys 2. That was already done. My fault.
Are you gonna keep it going?
It's already. And I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you some secretive shit that I have never talked about. It's actually an album that's, I say, maybe 85% done. Me, Jim, Fabulous, and Davies.
What's it called?
Fit Lit. It's us together because we be working
in the
gym
all the time. Fit Lit.
Yeah, so that's our little club, Fit Lit Club. Yeah, so now we got some heat. So it's the album, almost done.
Yeah, I like. Well, first of all, let me say this: I hate streaming. I hate it.
Right.
Because stuff just drop. You don't know it dropped. Like,
right, it's different.
And then you might drop this new project, and I say, oh shoot, you dropped another joint. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy right now. So it bothers me, but I do like to see y'all in the gym. It motivates me. I ain't gonna lie. It motivates me crazy. You guys and Method Man.
He really
Meth
is really a monster. You know, the working out is good. The streaming thing, just to piggyback on that, streaming thing, it is what it is, right? Yeah. We can't be the old niggas saying, yo man, I wish you was like that. Nah, it is, we got to adapt the time, and I'm glad to say, like, we almost 30 million streams on Lobby Boys, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was shit, nigga, like, you know, you know what I mean?
You embrace it.
I'm not saying don't embrace it. I'm just saying, like, as a dude that supports the culture, wants to always. Right.
You know why? Maybe I'm feeling what you're saying. For me, I don't like streaming either because you can't touch it.
Yeah.
There's no artwork with it.
Yeah.
Some of your favorite hip hop is the poster hanging up.
You wanted that. You wanted that.
On the wall. Like,
you wanted that.
Kids that hang you on the wall.
They took that whole element out. Yeah.
When Dave passed and De La's music hit streaming again, I just had all these flashbacks. About looking at the art, looking at the album cover. Who did the artwork? Who did the? Where was it recorded? Right. Like every single part of the album you dissected, and I missed that. And the fact that you telling me that y'all did this all at once, in one not one sitting, but you know what I mean. Right. All the features, it makes you just want to be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was.
Is this documented, recorded?
Yeah, definitely. We gonna drop something. Yeah. We're gonna drop something. That was one of the greatest moments of my time, and I always, at that point, I wasn't sure where to go musically, and I was doing my podcast. My podcast was starting to click, so I was just like, you know, I told my man Garv, like, I don't want to not do music, bro. I don't want to be like looking like the old used to be rapper. I want to compete now, so. You know, doing the Lobby Boys, I was able to like kind of like find myself, you know, creatively and get me back going. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Jim was helping me with that because he was working so hard. He was working on a Spanish album, Young Berg album, all at the same time, and then coming to the studio at 2 a.m. and doing 2 and 3 records with me.
Right.
So I was just like, man, I got to get on my shit. Right. You know.
Now let's switch to TV because this is a movie star too. Let's not get it puffed up. You know
wait. I got a bridge for you. I got a bridge for you.
Let's bridge it.
So when you came in the game, right?
Yeah.
It was, you brought a whole energy with you to the game. Now, the bridge is this. I know another rapper, right? I ain't gonna say his name, but he's a known tough guy. Let's just say tough guy. Very tough. Very tough.
Very tough guy.
Very tough. A knockout artist. Very tough.
I'm not that tough, man. I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm not that tough, man. I'm really not, man.
But here's the thing. He had issues once. You know, once some time had passed, and you know, the execs didn't have to really deal with you like that. He had a very difficult time.
Right.
You know, continuing on.
Right.
But you seem, and I'm not. You're not that tough. All right.
Not,
fine. I get it. All right. Whatever. but you have, in fact, managed to transition very, very well.
Yeah.
So there's this. So now we go into the TV lane, the podcast
all that,
lane.
Yeah. Right. And the thing about that, part of what, musically, my music just was getting better.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
It's not like you can say, well,
Yeah.
whether you like me or love me, like, or hate me or don't like me at all, it's just like, well, damn, that shit is alright though.
Yeah.
He do make good music, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it's timeless, it's ageless, it's not about, being this young or being that old. It's just like, it's just good music, right?
Yeah.
So that, I think, helped me, right? I was able to adapt and not just be some nigga that, used to do this, you know what I mean? And just being able to just embrace, it's just keeping young energy around me, learning,
Right.
and staying thinking, right? Like I'm always thinking of new ideas of, listen, this is what we could do, right? We could probably shoot our own show and come back and, sell it, you know what I mean? Like, so it's me just constantly thinking, like me coming up with the podcast idea in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? And I got to deal with Fox Soul for that right now. So that's, that's on cruise control. We shoot 12 episodes a season. You know, my next season is coming up in a couple months. So I'm going to do another 12. And, so that to me is the greatest thing, is to be able to come up with ideas, formulate them and see them through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my train of thought. We do that sometimes.
Oh, good. I do that too.
You share wisdom on social media.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And I like that.
Yeah, motivation.
You and Ice-T, y'all both.
Yeah, shout out to Ice-T.
Yeah. We scrolling, man. I ain't got time to listen to nobody talk.
Yeah. But I feel like we need it.
Yeah.
I do it. See, I do it for me because I need it. Mm-hmm. But it's just that so many other people need inspiration and motivation too, right? Yeah. Social media is a lie, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody ain't that rich. Everybody ain't that lit. All that shit ain't it's everybody not smiling, right? And everybody not that happy, So the thing is like we get up every day. Some days is tough, Some days we challenge, right? Mm-hmm. So I kind of like to put good thoughts in my mind, right? And then I want to share it because I know so many people feel the same way. Every time I put up a video, it's always somebody that say, man, you don't know how bad I needed to hear that. Right. And I say, I do, because I needed to hear it. Mm-hmm. I need to hear that. I need to be, I seen Nipsey say one of the realest things I ever heard. And he said that if you're not inspired by the circle of people that you're around, and you actually living in a prison. And that is such a real thing, because I want to be inspired by the people that I'm around, or my social network, right? If we around each other every day, I should be doing something that'll motivate you, and likewise, right? Mm-hmm. So when I share those things, it's not only for me, it's for everybody else. And it just so happens that everybody needs that, right? Niggas, you don't know what somebody going through, right? Just a mother out there on her own, taking care of her kids, rent, bills, this, that. Those little bit of words, you don't know how that make a person feel. That could just make their day.
Yeah, right, definitely. It's funny you mentioned Nip. I was listening to Nip right after I listened to Jim's album. I'm listening to Nip, and I said to myself, man, if I could bring one person back, I'd bring Nip back. Who would you bring back?
Damn. That's not fair, man. I want to bring so many people back, man. Right.
Only one, though. You can only pick one. Man. One person. And there's a lot of people. Now, that's no disrespect.
We talking about rappers, though?
Just rappers.
Just rappers. Okay, that now shit.
So you don't got to say Bruce Lee or like Jimi Hendrix or something.
Damn, just rappers. Oh, man. I need... Big and Pac is one person, so I need both of them.
Right, Brooklyn, I know Big was going to be in there.
I give you Big and Pac.
Big and Pac.
That's cool, but that's an obvious one.
I would just like to have experienced that energy.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
Speaking of Big and Pac, there's a rumor that they're doing. One, they're going to hate this because he hate remakes. They're doing Juice Over.
The movie?
The movie.
Oh no, Lord! This is the George Jefferson joint.
Yeah, they're doing Juice Over. Would you be interested in playing or rolling juice? And who would you be?
Everybody know who I would be. That's the guy. What was his name? Raheem. Yeah, everybody. They were saying me and him look alike for years.
Word.
You know what I mean? And I've been hearing it all my life. You look like Raheem. You know?
Damn, you do.
Yeah. If I get the head like that, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Damn, what do you think of that? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm not trying to disrespect nothing, but like, do we have a culture now? Is there a culture in hip hop? We talk about it, but think about it.
What you mean?
Back in the day, you had your seminal moments. You had your Juice, Paid in Full, Minister Society, Boys in the Hood, House Party, Love and Basketball. I mean, you had like School Days. Right? And now, okay, it's been like 20, 30, something, you know what I mean? Whatever amount of time. But what are we looking at new? Is there a culture now?
I think it's a void. It's a space for it. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes you got to go back and not invent some shit, but do some, like, reinvent, right?
Right.
I don't know if doing those older movies over is the answer. I think we got to come up with some new shit.
Yeah, new shit. And I hate those. I hate when they
when they redid, House Party and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if that's. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna.
I don't know.
I don't think that's gonna do it. You know, we can't relive yesterday. That's what we can't do.
Right.
But what we can do is just learn. You know how to fill that void. Like, you know what? It's no cultural movies right now. Let's make one. You know
what's really, and this is not hip hop, but it's a good show that shows that there is a way to do it. Euphoria. Y'all watch that show?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that.
That show is so real. It's so crazy. It's a suburban show, but it's crazy. Like, and it's dark. Like, it's not like
right. Yeah.
But we ain't
drugs.
Really,
yeah.
but the times
but that's good.
Changed.
Times change, and it speaks to the time.
Right.
And that's it. It should be like that. You know, the entertainment should reflect the times.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a fact. So when we getting this new music? When this album gonna drop?
So we're gonna drop another song probably in about 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. And then we're just gonna load up. We're gonna drop the album probably April, and then we're just gonna keep dropping music. I got my Star Babies, Wave, Yellow Zoo. We gonna make sure that they get out and get what they need. And we're just gonna keep doing. But with me, man, it ain't just about music no more. You know, it's about a little bit of everything else.
Right.
You know, so I got a lot of other stuff in store. I wish we was having this interview like Thursday or Friday, because it's an announcement I want to make, but I ain't gonna know for sure.
This won't be edited by Thursday or Friday.
But I would need. I need the information though. I need the information on Wednesday.
Yeah, you got it.
With the information on Wednesday. Like,
Let's go. Go ahead. Speak on it.
But I'll tell you what though. This is not music. This is TV. So there's something brewing, and something is happening.
Something's happening.
Something is happening.
Okay.
Something is happening.
So you are doing juice.
Yo, right.
That's what's up. We've talked about it. We've all grown, right? But you have become a spokesperson, in the city of New York in a lot of ways. You help negotiate peace.
Oh yeah. Good stop.
More peace.
I did.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
This was with the mayor.
Yeah.
You see you walking down the street with the mayor.
Yeah, I don't know if that was about peace.
What was it about?
That was about understanding. That was about right. That was about See, that was the thing. So we all got people that don't like us, right?
Yeah.
So I see people on the internet. This nigga was talking about he up there with the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Trying to protest peace and all that. That's not why we was up there.
Right.
Yeah, obviously not listening. Like that's what happened was this. There was a lot of talk when the mayor was elected about drill music.
Yeah. Right.
And then there was some talk about banning it. Right. Stopping this, stopping that. And shout out to Fabio. Fabio, we was together one day and he said, "Man, big homie, I want to meet up with the mayor, man. I've been trying to reach out. I said I got a line on him, I know him." And he was like, Word. And I said, look, I'm going to set it up. And the reason for me wanting to set it up is the fact that you can't have these conversations about what to do about a genre of music, right?
Right.
And you having all these talks with everybody else, but you're not having them with the artists.
Right.
You talking to everybody else about the music, but not the premier artist that's from that culture. I'm not even saying talk to me. I'm not even the guy to talk to.
Right.
I'm not. I don't come up in the drill rap era. Right. I can rap on a drill beat. So the first thing I wanted to do was bring some artists there. I brought Fabio there. I brought B Love there, and it was a lot of other people there. And what I wanted him to do is first have clarity on what drill music was first and foremost.
Right.
So before we have any type of opinions or any type of, to say what we're going to do, first understand what it is.
Yeah. Right.
Then we can have some real solutions.
Yeah. Right. Now, I love drill music.
Yes,
I'm a DJ.
indeed.
I mean, I love music in general.
Right.
Only thing I don't like about the perception of drill music and even the content, a lot of the content, I wish some of the narrative would change.
Indeed.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people other than looking like us that you should be drilling on.
Right.
Like,
right.
Where's that energy?
Very pro-black recently.
Right. No, I'm just saying, like, come from an era. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear you.
See, but that's the thing, though. Not to cut you off, though. You had the opportunity to live,
right,
and to grow, right. You not 16, 17,
right.
So when you're 16, 17, you haven't fully developed, and your mind is not, where you at today.
Right.
So you thinking different, right? And of course, we see things different because we had the opportunity to make those mistakes,
right?
To bump our heads over and over again, and then we got to a certain age and we could say, man, that ain't about shit,
right?
So a lot of what's going on with the young niggas is this is why I don't ever condemn them, is because I know what it feel like to be a young nigga.
Right, exactly.
I know it feel like to have some of that anger in you and to feel like, it's just me against the world, me and my niggas, we gonna ride and right. Not even really care so much about my life. Right. So if you coming up and you really don't have no value for your own life, how you gonna care about somebody else's? Yeah.
Well, and that's why I'm glad you're the perfect person, regardless if you're a drill rapper or not. You're respected. You come from that side of the tracks. Yeah. So somebody that's drilling,
right,
they will listen to you.
Yeah, you know I talk to them as much as I can. You know what I mean? As much as it needs to be without sounding preachy. Right. You know what I mean? Because you want to at the end of the day understand it's like a lot of this is entertainment, and then you want to always still maintain your respect. So you don't want to be the nigga that every time you come around is like, oh boy, here come the fucking preacher.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You don't want to be that nigga. Yeah. All right. So trust me, you don't never want to be that nigga. Because when we was young, we ain't want to. Oh, here come this nigga. Yo, what up? Oh, yeah, all right. Every time I turn around, this nigga always, yo, man, you need to do this and you need to do that. And nah, I ain't doing none of that. I'm saying, listen, check this out.
Right.
My shit might even be unorthodox. My shit might be even harsh. I say, listen, the problem, the opportunity outweighs the problem. You should think about that, right? But check this out. If you committed and you want to be whatever you want to be, do it.
Yeah. Right.
Do all that shit you talking about, nigga. Do everything that you talking about. Do everything that you think you're about. Do it. Do it. Do it. Because let me tell you what's going to come with it.
Right.
Right.
Do that too. Right? Because you say you took an oath to be this street nigga, or you felt like this is who you are. Ain't no halfway in it, right? So if you don't see the opportunity in the music, then you do that. But just know that don't cry later.
Right, and see that's why you're
a lot of crying
going perspective, on.
Yeah, don't cry later, because being this nigga comes with prison, death, jail time. Like, it's gonna come with it.
Those are records you don't hear. Where are those records at?
Gonna come with it.
Where are those records?
I make them.
No, you do what I'm saying on a mass scale.
No.
Where are those records at?
No.
They haven't lived enough to even make those records.
Niggas kill 40 niggas in a record and get away scot free.
Right. It's unrealistic.
It's
unrealistic. And you know, everybody's spinning. Everybody got shooters. Everybody rich. Everybody got cars. Everybody got crazy. Everybody got bitches. Everybody. I know. I heard it before. We all got it. But guess what? Like, everybody got those things.
Right.
You know what I mean? In one way or another. But, it's like, life is about choices. You know what I mean? And if in the choice that you make, if you can live with it, then live with it.
Right.
Because if you 18 years old and you get sentenced to 25, 30 years, you know, 10, 15 years later, you going to be older and you going to be in the cell and you're not going to feel the same way.
Yeah.
You're not going to agree with the 18-year-old you. You're going to be like, man, I'm 30 years old now, man. Damn, I was bugging. Like, I wish I... Yeah, but it's too late.
And I respect you so much because you have your son here. You clearly don't want your son to go the path you went. So
Not
why
at
would
all.
you preach? You know what I mean? Why would you?
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
Not at all.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be more responsible. You know what I mean?
That ain't for him.
It's not cool.
Yeah.
How long did you do, if I may ask?
I did 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
How? I know this is gonna sound like a dumb question, but how was that for you? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Like,
right, you ain't supposed to know.
All I know is you came.
If you don't know,
you came out and you had the scar.
Yeah.
And you was in the industry parties that I was in, and I'm seeing you in the corner with Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You had that energy, and I'm not gonna front.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I think about those times, and I think about how, not to say like I disagree with any part of my movement or I regret any of that, because it was a learning process. But the truth of the matter is that me coming out, that you gotta understand, I only been to 2 places in my whole life prior to music. It was the streets and then jail. Mm-hmm. So when y'all seen me and y'all met me or y'all first heard of me, it was me coming out of prison and going back to the street. I had never been nowhere else. I had no other experiences. So this is raw me of my way of thinking, everything, my surroundings, my circle. This is all I knew. Mm-hmm. And it showed. And it cost me a lot of opportunities. Mm-hmm. I ran some money away, right? Mm-hmm. But fortunately, I was able to be around long enough, be free long enough, be alive long enough to figure out, like, man, look, you got this opportunity, you know what I mean, a lifetime. And like I went on one podcast and I told them that people don't really realize that I'm the first artist that really came from prison. And when I say that, because I know some people are gonna be like, man, this one was in jail.
Yeah, because I'm thinking now, my head is Rolodexing right now.
No artist before me had done 8, 9, 10 years and got out of prison and had any platinum success. The closest example that I think to that was maybe Cormega. Right, the closest
right
to
there
that.
with you, Mega.
The close, and Cormega is one of the dudes that helped put me on early on. So, you know, but I think it's a little bit different. I'm talking, but he was down with Nas. I'm talking about coming out on your own, platinum records, moving hits, right, radio, BT, MTV, shit like that. Right. Prior to that, there was no other person. Yeah. Prior to me, it was no other person. Right. So when I was sitting in prison thinking about getting out, I had nobody to look at and say, damn, it worked for him. Right. So when I got out, it was just raw energy. I know he's sitting over here thinking like, man, hold on. This nigga made a heavy statement.
Yeah, that's heavy.
It ain't no other.
No, you're right.
It's no other. It's not said. It's no other. Nowadays, you got artists that's been out. You got dudes that did 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11. You have, but prior to that, it's never been no other person. I recall, bless his soul, K. Slay said, man, you made it hard for me. I said, how? He said, man, you got everybody in prison thinking they come home and rap. You know, because he was the one DJ that was tapped into the jails. Right. So he was a lifeline for a lot of dudes. So a lot of dudes was coming home, especially from New York State. Right. If a dude came home after me, started rapping, and he had been in prison in New York State, definitely New York State, he was inspired by me, whether he admitted it or not. Right. I was the example. Maino was an inmate in New York State that was running around New York State, getting in trouble, being in the box, being caught up, doing all this time, got out, and it worked for him. This nigga on MTV. Right. It was no other example. Right.
There it is. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know. That's not said, but you know,
that's we need to celebrate that, because that's, you know, you need to give somebody that's in the box right now something to look up to. Like, I can do that too, because they can.
Right, but I was their inspiration.
Right.
I was their inspiration. I was, whether you love my raps or not, I was the inspiration because I was the only person that had done that on that level.
Right.
Right? On that level. Like, damn, this nigga, hold up. Damn, this nigga really was the first nigga. Damn, there's no other person.
Yeah, I was just saying thought too.
Yeah, you still, I know you're gonna go back and still think about it. Like I said, the closest person I can think of that because I mean, artists that did biz, 2 years, 3 years, but I'm talking about some time. I'm talking about some time. And then after doing some time, come out and put some plaques on the wall. Like I'm saying, like, hits. I'm talking about,
you're right.
Yeah.
You got that. You got that.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna think about it later though.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna text you like, oh yeah.
You gonna text me? You forgot about this nigga right here.
MC. Yeah, I mean,
this nigga did 15 years.
Yeah, nah. X-rated? Nah, that don't count. X-rated.
X-rated.
He gotta have a hit.
He gotta have some
hits. He gotta have done. He gotta have. You know what I mean? Did shit on a mainstream level. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that to me, when I think about that and when I think about my journey, it's like I'm proud of that.
Yeah,
I'm proud of that because
that's an accomplishment.
Like I said, I didn't have nobody to look towards and say, man, that nigga was in here, man.
Right.
He did it. Noriega.
Yeah, Nori. I was gonna say
Nori. You know what? I gotta say Nori. Capone and Noriega. Capone.
Actually, Capone was locked up. And then
Capone was locked up, so he kind of got a ride.
Nori made it.
Nori made it.
Nori
made it. Nori did some time and Nori made it.
Yeah.
So Nori would be the only person.
But that was a long. We didn't.
98, 99.
Yeah, that was
no. Nori did some time and then really
time.
came.
Yeah.
It was he did juvenile time and then graduated and did his time, but it's still time.
Yeah, still.
You know what I mean? And he definitely. Gold albums, platinum album, like he did his thing, yeah.
Okay.
So Nori.
Do you regret your song last year? Did you kind of the little Kim stuff you put out there? What
song?
It was the song you was rapping about Kim. It was in there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The KLB intro.
Yeah.
Nah, it's nothing to regret.
No regret.
It's nothing regret. It's no regrets, man. I had said some stuff in there.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't regret nothing. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about my journey. You know what I mean? I'm talking about my ups and my downs in the music business. I'm talking about getting signed and and getting dropped and getting signed again, and you know what I mean? I'm talking about how I felt. What was my perspective on trying to make it in the business, and how what I was faced with. Right before I had got on, it was a lot of stuff happening. My baby mom's in my ear, and I'm over here dealing with this, and you know what I mean? So the song wasn't about her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just a footnote in a longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just asking.
Just asking.
Nah, because
I'm just asking. Nigga.
Not to throw anybody under the bus, but people are like, yo, he talks about Kim in this song. You want to interview him? It's that kind of deal. Nah, it's all good. But yo, man, appreciate you coming through.
Nah, man, anytime, bro.
We like to see people do good, man.
Yeah, definitely,
it's
man.
Good to see you doing good.
Definitely.
He's always doing. He's always in something fly, man. Every time I see Maino,
I know, man. Your clothes.
I ain't gonna put it out there.
Man.
He's always in something fly,
man.
whether it's the garments or the vehicles.
You damn near a fashionista.
Oh, I'm a car guy, so every time I see him, he's always in
the car game.
The car game is always crazy. Yep.
Okay,
I know all the cars he had. You know what I mean?
See, I'm like.
You remember you had me in the joint though that time. We was riding through. It was in Brooklyn. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we did a couple episodes.
Yeah, man, definitely.
I was told to check my phone.
Yeah, what for? What was it? You said, look at Jade over there.
Can anyone talk about an upcoming project?
Any people?
Who you working with?
I don't think people give a fuck about that shit.
Sure they do.
Do they? Really? People like the other shit. We got Jim on there.
We don't try to go viral too much in this.
Yeah, no, but viral's cool. It's cool. I got the Fab on there, obviously. Star Babies. We got who else? I don't have that many features on there.
Right.
Damn, who else I got on there? My man Giggs.
Okay.
Shout out my man Giggs. Shout out to my man Giggs. And, you know what I mean? It's my brother right there in London. Okay. You know, Peckham. You know, Mandem.
Right. You've done a lot of records with a lot of people, man. Is there anybody you haven't worked with that you would love to work with?
A lot of people.
I even did a record with you. You and
yes, Manolo Rose.
Manolo Rose, Love and Loyalty.
So
that was crazy, right?
I love that record. I love that record.
You know, I had to throw that in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
What's man?
It's got to be a bucket list. What's your bucket list? Like, yo, I got it.
My bucket list.
What's a bucket list collabo for you?
Damn, why's my mind drawing blank?
Got a couple buckets over there.
You gotta say Jay, right? I mean,
nah, definitely.
I'm surprised he never did a record with Jay.
Shit.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever come close?
Never.
Never. No.
Never. What's my guy name, man? What's my guy name? He's not a rapper, but I love his music.
I mean,
who could that be?
Yeah, it's anybody.
He's not a rapper.
What kind of music?
Not Ed Sheeran.
Harry Styles.
Cardi B. Cardi B had a song with him.
What?
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is dope.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars. What would the title of that be called?
I don't know though. But he talk. I love
Maino
that.
Mars.
Maino Mars. There it is. That should do a project. Maino Mars.
Yo,
come on,
Bruno
man.
Mars,
I need my 90%
Bruno
for
Mars.
that.
I love
we
Bruno
need our
Mars.
90% for the idea, right?
Yeah. I love the 90.
90? Damn. We'll take 50.
Take 50.
That's dope.
Go with it.
Maino Mars. Come on.
That's a hit.
Yo, talk that into existence, brother.
Yeah. Bruno Mars.
He chilling.
How the fuck could I forget Bruno Mars though?
Wait,
like,
listen, you didn't
he got some songs that made me cry. Like I love Bruno Mars.
That sounds like a project I want to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, Bruno, let's go.
Let's go,
Bruno.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey, it's so good.
One day y'all gonna give me something, some ice, some sun,
give me something,
jacket. When you can only wear that once. You can only wear this once.
Yeah, we gotta. I'm tired of that rule. That one time shit. Repeat my shit. Fuck that.
Come on, man.
Yo, hurry! I'm repeating my shit straight up. I'm tired of that, man. That's you know what it is to be trying to like keep up with that.
I get it,
man.
Listen, it's an Instagram world. So look. I know what you should do. Maino's Closet.
Yeah, we could do that.
And then you just put your stuff back on resale for like a fraction of the price.
Yeah. But I got shit in there that I wore really one time. I damn near want the same thing we paid for it.
No, I hear you.
It's only been worn one time. Tags on it, like.
Right.
Shit.
Who started that shit? You can only. Where does that come?
Instagram. It puts all this unnecessary pressure because before social media, rappers was wearing their shit.
Like, who the fuck started that?
Especially when you ain't had really much to do. Now, if you was going to a award show, you was performing. That's something totally different. But a nigga, like,
crazy.
And even some performance, like, because your shit wasn't televised. Like, niggas wasn't. You know,
I've never been a fan of that.
throwing your shit up on the gram or nothing because it didn't exist.
Gonna be like when the car run out of gas, get a new one. You know what I mean? You can't drive a car.
Man, you put gas in there? You a bum. You a bum ass nigga putting gas in his car. Yeah, look at this nigga.
Dave was on that. Dave was like, only wear these sneakers once and not throw them away. I can't.
Dave was on that heavy. Right?
I was like, damn, come on.
Air Force Ones.
Especially Air Force Ones.
Now, Air Force Ones is debatable.
You know
I like to get maybe 2 out mine.
Okay.
Depends on how rough you are on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll squeeze 2. I definitely squeeze some 2 out mine. I fuck around and get 3.
Yeah, I've got the toothbrush.
Yeah, you know what I do?
I'll
take a wipe.
Okay.
And wipe the side, wipe the bottom off a little bit. I'll blot it like it's alpaca.
All that's hip hop.
Right.
It's
all
hip hop
etiquette.
For real. Because we came up like that. Hitting the shit. Yo, my son though, my son is a spoiler. He don't know how to clean his sneakers. Right? And he don't know how to lace it.
Dior jacket on.
Yeah. He got sneakers that he's never worn, right? And the reason why he never wore them because I don't know how to lace them.
Sound like
I hate to say this.
18.
I always say you could tell real somebody's by how they lace their sneakers.
That's what I say, but I be beefing with niggas over that. Yo, listen, like he don't know how to.
He don't know. He got sneakers that I didn't grow up having extra pairs of sneakers.
Right.
Who had extra pairs of sneakers? Leaving. I say, yo, saying there's a pair of sneakers. It's sneakers in that box. There's sneakers over here. Oh, I ain't wear them yet, Dad.
Right.
What?
Man, it's different. It's different.
It's crazy.
It's different.
Oh man, I grew up in the Bobo era, bro. It's different. Bobos, bro. We called them Bobos because there's no name sneakers. That's all. And you had to keep them
that was
clean
in the supermarket.
That's a fact.
In the basket.
On the table.
On the table.
Right.
Pick them up. They didn't have a box. You gotta match them. Like.
You gotta match them.
Oh man, I appreciate you.
Nah, it's love, bro. For real, man.
God.
Thank you, man.